My name is Greg McCann. I'm the Vice President and General Counsel of Ullman Schutte Construction. We're based in Dayton, Ohio. I'm also president of USC Properties, which is the company's investment division. Part of my job as it relates to the real estate is to find partners and investment funds for the company's money and for the Ullman and Schutte family money. And that's really how I first met up with Dobbs and the Ackerman Group. I was developing a 20-acre mixed-use site in South Dayton. I had wanted to develop apartments as part of that development project. And I interviewed probably 5 to 7 different apartment developers from around this region. And it turned out that the Ackerman Group was pretty clearly the best option for us to partner with. And a part of that was just the relationship I was able to establish with Dobbs and his team early on. We really connected. They're very approachable, down to earth, but also very experienced and sophisticated. And it was a good mix for us. And so we moved forward with this development. It's called Austin Park. It's based in South Dayton, right near the Austin Landing major development. And we started that in 2015. It's about 217 units, and it's really been a very successful project. It's already returned 2x of our investment, and we still own it 50-50 with the Ackerman Group. That was a joint venture we did. And it's been a really good investment. Interestingly, one of the things about that development that's actually ended up strengthening my relationship with the Ackerman Group is that about 3/4 of the way through the project, our general contractor went out of business. And anybody who's been involved in construction or development knows that can be an incredible hurdle in the middle of a project. And what really impressed me was the approach that Dobbs in particular took in his whole group, including his construction group, in the way they approached how we dealt with a defaulted general contractor. The fact that our company is primarily in the construction business helped out. We were able to provide a lot of support, and it really, as I say, from the very beginning, strengthened the partnership that together as a team, we worked our way through it, got a replacement contractor in place, but there was a lot of hand-holding and a lot more focus on that project than we ever anticipated. But throughout the whole thing, the parties were able to keep a collegial relationship, and as I say, it ended up really well. So when we came out of that, I had even more respect for the Ackerman Group and a feeling that this was somebody we could do business with. So following that, we started investing in some of the Ackerman development projects. Early on, we were investing in single projects, and I think we probably invested in 3 or 4 different projects that were single projects. Turned out overall very good. We've been very happy with the returns. And then we also ended up putting money in both the Ackerman Fund 1 and Fund 2. And the money we've put in has been fairly significant. My job is to allocate money across different geographic and sectors, so that we like to be diversified within our real estate portfolio. But Ackerman has been my leading multifamily development partner. That's where we have most of our money, and it's worked out well. As I said, the returns have been really good so far, and I like the reporting and the transparency that we get with Ackerman Group. In addition to the written reports, there's quarterly investor calls where they're very open to full and frank discussions on properties. And then they're also very open at any time to any member of the senior team, making themselves available if I ever have questions or concerns. And again, that means a lot to me as an investor. The other thing that I've liked about the Ackerman Group is I think their approach to development and risk really coincides with the way we view things. We like to invest in things that have the right risk return profile. And when it comes to multifamily, it's been a great sector over the last 5 to 10 years, as probably everybody knows, and it looks fairly good for the foreseeable future. So it's really been a good return for us. But one of the things that's helped is that the Ackerman Group's thoughts on debt is that they like to get fixed rate debt as quickly as they can on any project, and to get as much fixed rate debt and to avoid floating rate debt. And that fits well with the way that USC Properties looks at risk, because we like to know when we put money into a deal, we kind of would like to know that we've bracketed the risk and that interest rate fluctuations aren't going to be a significant factor in the returns. If anything, by virtue of doing fixed rate debt on a lot of the projects we've got, it's probably even added value at this point as other projects out there that we compete with are facing rising cost with the variable rate debt. The other thing that the debt structure is that we've done a lot of deals with Fannie and Freddie money, and that there have been the ability to go out and get supplemental loans as you hit different hurdles in your development project. And those supplementals have returned a lot of money to some of the projects very quickly, which has made the return, which just really helps the returns. I mean, when you can pull money out of a project quickly, as you know, on this lifeline of a project, it really helps get to your target returns. So overall, I've been really happy with the investment with the Ackerman Group. I wouldn't hesitate to invest with them, and would also not hesitate to do another co-development project with them. In fact, I'm always talking to Dobbs and trying to see if there's something else where we can work together on a deal.